Hello and welcome to Global Walks, the YouTube channel where you can explore the world with free self-guided walking tours. My name is Timothy and today I'll be guiding you on a self-guided walking tour around Parliament Square Garden in London. This walk is designed so that you can use this video as your virtual tour guide as you physically walk around Parliament Square Garden. We'll be stopping at each of its four corners. The first one will be here, next will be here, and then the third one will be somewhere here, and then the fourth one will be here, and then we'll be returning to the first. And at each stop, which is called a station, I will give you historical insight and point out interesting sites. To help you navigate, I will provide you the map coordinates of each of these places or stations. You will need to pause the video between stations and use your own navigation app such as Google Maps or Waze to help you go from one place to the other, but I will also show you the direction using Google Street View. To begin this walk, you can take the London Underground to Westminster Station, which is served by Circle, District and Jubilee lines. And here on Google Street View, we can see the exit of Westminster Station here. And what you are going to do is you are going to cross the road and come to this spot over here, which will be Station 1, the first stop of our walk. Alternatively, if you have just completed my Westminster Bridge self-guided tour, and I'll put the link in this video, you can simply continue walking towards Parliament Square Garden. Now we are at Station 1, which is the spot somewhere over here. And it is at the junction or corner between Great George Street, which is this street, and this one, which is called St. Margaret's Street. And over here is this field, and that field is known as Parliament Square Garden. It's almost rectangular and it is bordered by these two streets as well as this street that cross this way. The street that cross this way is known as Parliament Square. However, this whole area can also be known as Parliament Square. And this is a very historical part of London. And there are many statues here. But we'll start with this one over here. That's the statue for Churchill, or Sir Winston Churchill, who is one of Britain's greatest leaders. For those of you who are unfamiliar with him, Sir Winston Churchill was the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom during the Second World War. He is renowned for his leadership in defending Britain against Nazi Germany. His speeches and determination made him one of the most significant figures in British history. The statue of Churchill captures his characteristic stance as though he is looking towards the Houses of Parliament. And if I turn it this way, you will see that the Houses of Parliament is over here. And if you look carefully down at here, you will see that there is a memorial. That's the memorial for a police officer, P.C. Keith Palmer. P.C. Keith Palmer was a police officer who was tragically killed while defending the UK Parliament from a terrorist attack in 2017. And so this stone with the commemorative plaque serves as a tribute to his bravery. And looking this way, you will see possibly the most iconic landmarks of London, which is Big Ben. Although, to be exact, Big Ben refers to the bell inside the tower. The tower itself is known as Elizabeth Tower. And now, please pause the video and resume as we walk to Station 2. And Station 2 is over here. So, from here, just walk this way over to here. I will also place the map coordinates for Station 2 so that if you are coming from elsewhere, you can just key these numbers 51.50034, -, 0.12636 and into your Google Maps or Waze, and your navigation app will take you to station 2. And I will see you there. Pause the video and get there first. And now we are at station 2. Station 2 is this corner over here between this street, which is known as St. Margaret Street, in front of the Houses of Parliament, and this street, which is known as Parliament Square. And the field itself is called Parliament Square Garden. At station 2, you'll find Westminster Hall, part of the Palace of Westminster. And Westminster Hall, built in 1097, is the oldest part of the Palace of Parliament, and has hosted royal banquets, trials, and state ceremonies. It was here that Sir Thomas More and Guy Fawkes were tried, and more recently, where Queen Elizabeth II lay in state before her funeral in 2022. To the right of Parliament Hall stands the statue of Oliver Cromwell, who ruled England as Lord Protector in 1650s. Oliver Cromwell is a controversial figure, seen by some as a hero of democracy and by others as a dictator. Next to Westminster Hall is St. Margaret's Church, known as the Parish Church of the House of Commons. It was here in this medieval church that Sir Winston Churchill got married, as did Samuel Pepys. And today it continues to be an active place of worship. And so that's our description for Station 2. Now pause the video and walk to Station 3. And Station 3 is this way over here. This time, we walk west along the southern edge of Parliament Square Garden until we reach the corner in front of the statue of Nelson Mandela. So pause the video now and resume it when you arrive in front of the statue. Welcome to Station 3. Here we stand before the statue of Nelson Mandela, a towering figure in the global struggle for freedom and equality. But who was Nelson Mandela? Nelson Mandela was a South African anti-apartheid revolutionary who became the country's first black president, serving from 1994 to 1999. His leadership was instrumental in dismantling the institutionalized racial segregation and discrimination of apartheid, leading South Africa toward a multiracial democracy. Mandela's unwavering commitment to justice and reconciliation earned him international acclaim and the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993. This bronze statue, standing approximately 9 feet tall, was crafted by British sculptor Ian Walters. Unlike many other statues in Parliament Square, Mandela's is set on a relatively low plinth, symbolizing his approachability and connection with the people. The statue portrays Mandela with his arms outstretched, embodying his message of peace and reconciliation. The statue was unveiled on August 29, 2007, in a ceremony attended by Mandela himself, along with British Prime Minister Gordon Brown and London Mayor Ken Livingstone. During the unveiling, Mandela expressed his gratitude, noting that the statue's presence in such a prominent location was a testament to the universality of the struggle for freedom and justice. And now we are going to continue our walk along this way, and as we pass to various statues, I will describe them to you. Next along this way, we have the statue of Mahatma Gandhi, a pivotal figure in the global movement for peace and non-violent resistance. Mahatma Gandhi was an Indian lawyer and anti-colonial nationalist who led India's struggle for independence from British rule. He championed the philosophy of non-violent resistance, inspiring civil rights movements worldwide. Gandhi's dedication to peaceful protest and his vision for a free India earned him the honorific title Mahatma, meaning great soul. This 9-foot-tall bronze statue was crafted by British sculptor Philip Jackson. Unveiled on March 14, 2015, the statue commemorates the 100th anniversary of Gandhi's return to India from South Africa, marking the beginning of his leadership in the Indian independence movement. The statue depicts Gandhi in a meditative pose, draped in his traditional dhoti, reflecting his simple lifestyle and commitment to humility. The design was inspired by photographs of Gandhi taken outside 10 Downing Street during his visit to India in 1931. The unveiling ceremony was attended by notable figures including UK Prime Minister David Cameron, India's Finance Minister, and Gandhi's grandson. Actor Amitabh Bachchan also spoke at the event, highlighting Gandhi's enduring legacy. Positioned among statues of influential leaders such as Winston Churchill and Nelson Mandela, Gandhi's statue serves as a testament to his global impact and the universal relevance of his teachings on peace and nonviolence. And now let's continue on to the next statue. And now we come upon the only statue of a woman at Parliament Square Garden. Here stands the statue of Dame Millicent Fawcett, a pioneering leader in the British women's suffrage movement. Dame Millicent Garrett Fawcett was a prominent British suffragist and social reformer. She dedicated her life to advocating for women's rights, particularly the right to vote. Fawcett was instrumental in founding the National Union of Women's Suffrage Societies, or NUWSS, in 1897, which championed peaceful and constitutional methods to achieve women's suffrage. Her unwavering commitment and strategic leadership played a crucial role in securing women's rights to vote in the United Kingdom. This bronze statue, standing approximately 8 feet and 4 inches tall, was created by Turner Prize-winning artist Gillian Waring and unveiled on April 24, 2018. It holds the distinction of being the first statue of a woman and the first created by a female artist to be placed in Parliament Square. The statue was commissioned to commemorate the centenary of the Representation of the People Act 1918, which granted some women over the age of 30 the right to vote. The statue portrays Fawcett at the age of 50, reflecting the period when she assumed leadership of the NUWSS. She is depicted holding a banner that reads, "Courage calls to courage everywhere," a quote from a speech she delivered in 1920. The design captures her in a walking suit typical of that era, with intricate details such as the texture of the tweed fabric and a replica of her own brooch, emphasizing her approachable and determined demeanor. The unveiling ceremony was attended by notable figures including then Prime Minister Theresa May, London Mayor Sadiq Khan, and members of Fawcett's family. Prime Minister May acknowledged Fawcett's pivotal role, stating that her work not only paved the way for women's suffrage, but also enabled future generations of women to serve in Parliament. The statue's plaint features the names and portraits of 59 women and men who supported women's suffrage, honoring their collective contribution to the movement. And now let's continue our journey through Parliament Square Garden to explore other monuments commemorating influential figures in history. We are now at Station 4 of our self-guided walking tour of Parliament Square Garden. And here stands the statue of Henry John Temple, 3rd Viscount Palmerston, a significant figure in British politics during the mid-19th century. John Henry Temple, known as Viscount Palmerston, was a British statesman who served twice as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom from 1855 to 1858 and again from 1859 to 1865. Before his premierships, he held the position of Foreign Secretary, where he was known for his assertive approach to foreign policy, often referred to as gunboat diplomacy. Palmerston played a crucial role in shaping Britain's international relations during a time of significant global change. This bronze statue was sculptured by Thomas Wooner, a notable English sculptor and poet associated with the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood. The pedestal bears the simple inscription Viscount Palmerston on both the front and back. The statue portrays Palmerston in a naturalistic stance with one hand extended as if engaged in conversation, capturing his reputation as a charismatic and influential orator. This depiction reflects Wooner's attention to detail and his ability to convey the personality of his subjects. The statue was designated as a Grade II listed structure, recognizing its historical and architectural significance. And now let's move on to the next statue. Next stop on our self-guided walking tour of Parliament Square Garden is the statue of Jan Smuts, a prominent South African and British Commonwealth statesman, military leader and philosopher. Born in 1870 in Cape Colony, Jan Smuts was a significant figure in both South African and British imperial history. He served as the Prime Minister of South Africa twice from 1919 to 1924 and from 1939 to 1948. Smuts was also a distinguished military figure, playing key roles during both World Wars. Notably, he was instrumental in the founding of the League of Nations, the precursor to the United Nations, reflecting his vision for international cooperation. This lifestyle bronze figure was crafted by the renowned British artist Jacob Epstein and unveiled on 7 November 1956. The statue portrays Smuts in his Field Marshal's uniform, captured in a dynamic posture with his left leg advanced as if walking forward and his hands clasped behind his back. This stance conveys a sense of determination and forward momentum, emblematic of his active role in global affairs. The statue stands on a pedestal made of granite sourced from South Africa, bearing the simple inscription Jan Smuts, 1870 to 1950. The initiative to erect this statue was proposed by Winston Churchill in 1951, following Smuts' death in 1950. Churchill, who held Smuts in high regard, envisioned this tribute to honor his contributions. Although Churchill was unable to perform the unveiling due to illness, the statue was unveiled by the Speaker of the House of Commons, William Morrison. In 1970, the statue was designated as a Grade II listed building, recognizing its architectural and historical importance. It's noteworthy that Smuts was the first statesman from a Commonwealth country to be honored with a statue in Parliament Square, highlighting his significant impact on both South African and British history. And now let's move on, walking towards Station 1 once again and stopping at our final statue. Welcome to the final stop on our self-guided walking tour of Parliament Square Garden. Here we stand before the statue of David Lloyd George, a pivotal figure in British history. David Lloyd George served as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom from 1916 to 1922. He is best remembered for leading the country during the latter part of the First World War and for his significant role in shaping post-war Europe. Lloyd George was instrumental in introducing key social reforms and played a crucial role in the establishment of the modern welfare state. Notably, he remains the only Welshman to have held the office of Prime Minister. This striking bronze statue was crafted by the Welsh sculptor Glyn Williams and stands 8 feet tall. Unveiled in October 2007, the statue captures Lloyd George mid-stride with his coat billowing and his hat held in his right hand, conveying a sense of dynamism and forward momentum. The statue is mounted on a plate made of Welsh slate from Penrhyn Quarry, symbolizing his Welsh heritage. It was unveiled by then Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales, in a ceremony attended by various dignitaries. The event marked a significant recognition of Lloyd George's contribution to the nation and his enduring legacy in British politics. As we conclude our tour, let's make our way back to Station 1 in front of the statue of Sir Winston Churchill. This brings us full circle, completing our exploration of the notable figures commemorated in Parliament Square Garden. If you have enjoyed this self-guided tour, consider exploring other Global Walks tours. For instance, our Westminster Bridge self-guided tour offers insights into another iconic London landmark. Stay tuned to the Global Walks channel for more tours coming soon. To depart from here, you can cross the road back to Westminster Station to board the London Underground. Thank you for joining this self-guided walking tour. If you found it engaging, please like the video, leave a comment with your thoughts or suggestions for future tours, and subscribe to the Global Walks YouTube channel for more exploration. Don't forget to click on the end screen thumbnail to continue to your next adventure.